If you work in a convenience store setting, you could play an important role in combating human trafficking. Because convenience retail employees observe and communicate with the public so frequently, they are in a unique position to observe indicators of human trafficking while working. Traffickers and victims may utilize convenience stores to purchase food and gas or to use the restroom. Traffickers may take advantage of the expediency, anonymity, and low-cost items that convenience stores offer as they attempt to operate unnoticed. What is human trafficking? It is a crime that involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. Traffickers can use imposing of debt, fraudulent employment opportunities, false promises of love or a better life, psychological coercion, and violence or threats of violence to lure and control their victims. The crime of human trafficking hinges on the exploitation of another person. Human trafficking does not require an element of transportation. It is a crime that can be committed against someone who has never left their hometown. Human trafficking victims can be any age, race, gender identity, and socioeconomic class. In many cases, victims do not come forward to seek help because they are vulnerable. Language barriers may exist. They may fear law enforcement, or they do not identify as a victim. Now, let's talk about potential signs of human trafficking that you may recognize in a convenience store setting. Do the potential victims show signs of fear, anxiety, submission, or nervousness? Or signs of malnourishment, poor hygiene, sleep deprivation, or untreated illness or injury? Do they appear to be with a significantly older romantic partner? Are they in a group of varying ages or ethnicities that do not seem to have a social dynamic? Do they have similar tattoos to others in the group? This may indicate branding by a trafficker. Some other signs that could indicate individuals may be victims of human trafficking include avoiding eye contact and interaction with others, if they have no control over or possession of their money or IDs, if they defer to someone else to talk for them or appear to be coached on what to say, or if they are not able to provide logical details about their travel plans if asked. Keep in mind, no single indicator is proof that human trafficking is occurring. Let's put your new knowledge to the test. Listen closely to this scenario and try to pick up on the potential indicators of human trafficking. Ashley works the evening shift at a convenience store attached to a gas station in a small rural town by the interstate. Her shifts are usually pretty slow, so she's able to observe all the customers who stop off to purchase items, use the bathroom, or pump gas. During one of her shifts, she notices a utility van pull up and a large group of men and women of varying ages and ethnicities get out. She's used to seeing groups of seasonal workers in the area, but this group looks particularly disheveled and distressed. She can see there are two adults in the group that seem to be in charge of the others because they are yelling at the group as they get out of the van. As the group enters the store, everyone lines up to use the restroom. As they walk by, she notices their clothes are in poor condition. They have little personal belongings with them, and some of them even have untreated injuries. The group leaders approach the counter to purchase a few snacks and packs of cigarettes for themselves. Ashley knows something is off, so she takes note of the name and city on the ID she checks for the tobacco purchase. As everyone returns to the car, she writes down the information along with the van's license plate. She is not sure exactly what she just saw, but knows she needs to report it. Did you pick up on some of those indicators? Let's recap what Ashley observed, which may indicate human trafficking. The van was carrying a large group of men and women of various ages and ethnicities. The men and women were disheveled, appeared distressed, and had little personal belongings. Their clothes were in poor condition, and some had untreated injuries. Two men seemed to be in charge of the group and are verbally aggressive towards them. Like Ashley did, if something doesn't seem right, take note of what the suspected trafficker or victims looked like. If you are able to discreetly observe information from IDs or vehicle license plates, that information can be helpful when reporting what you saw. As a first step, follow your organization's reporting protocol for suspected criminal activity. You can also contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline and Homeland Security Investigations Tip Line to anonymously report suspected human trafficking. If someone is in immediate danger, call local law enforcement. For more information about recognizing and reporting human trafficking and to access a printable guide for convenience retail employees, visit dhs.gov/blue campaign.